Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Steel Target Paint Podcast. We've figured out the video issues, and so this one will be a video record available on the rangestore.net YouTube page. I'm Jeff Jones, and of course, always with me is my partner in crime,
Steve Foster. How you doing tonight, Jeff?
I'm doing great. Just got done with a little practice and a little training with a student, a little pendulum and roundabout, kind of both ends of the spectrum of Steel Challenge. And now looking forward to talking with you and our special guest for the third time, your friend, my friend, our friend, everybody's friend, Brian Conley. Brian, how you doing?
What's up, Brian?
I am doing well. Thank you so much. It has been an exciting past 24 hours. Everything that if you watch Shooting USA last night, there's a lot of things that have happened that are coming into reality. My past month and a half has been a blur with all the planning and everything we've had going on with Hunter's HD Gold and the new release that was said last night on Shooting USA of Hunter's HD Ruby. So it's a fascinating time to be a part of the Hunter's HD Gold family right now.
That's great, Brian. And Jeff, well, he doesn't really step up for the premium package on cable. So you walk everybody through what happened on Shooting USA last night.
Well, what happened last night is there was, John Scouting has been using this lens, the new lens we came out with for a while now, and is extremely excited about it and rolled out Hunter's HD Ruby, showed some of the new frame options that we're coming out with that we're very excited about. Been trying to get this frame on our board for over 2 years now, called the Air Crew, which is a frame that is officially used for the and approved for the United States Air Force and militaries across the world. And it's made in the USA right here. And another frame that we have to use for shotgunners as well, that gives, it's the largest lens option we have. It's 71 millimeters.
Oh, wow.
Before it was the gauge, was the largest at 62, and we stretched it out even further to 71 millimeters for a lot more wrap. And the biggest thing about that one is we call it in view because everything is in view. And it's one of those things where it's light, it's feather light, it's got an adjustable nose piece, it's got adjustable temples, and it's an amazing frame and lens combination for shotgunners that want to have a full view of everything all around them. The only downside on the new frame called the InView is that frame cannot be used for a prescription. So that's the only downfall with that one frame. But with the new Air Crew that we just came out with, it has three cable options, or three temple options. I apologize. Three temple options. One is a cable that goes behind your ear and locks down for shotgunners. One is a bayonet that goes straight back. That way it really sticks to the face real well, that they use in helmets and other things in the Air Force as well. And the one is a skull that wraps around your skull around back, just like the Aviator does, that we've had out now for over 4 years, that everybody knows how that one works. So a lot of options there. That frame has adjustable temples, adjustable nose piece, extremely light. It is not a safety frame, but it is a very strong metal that has been approved for the United States Air Force, people that wear that in the military and other militaries across the world. But it doesn't have the side shields, which is another reason why we wrote it out to the shotgunners, because in the shotgun world, from what we've been studying for the past year and a half, that hasn't been a big need to have side shields in the shotgun world. A lot of things can happen. Anything can happen.
Right.
But as a whole, nobody has wanted the side shield. So we brought out these frames specifically for shotgunners, but we're going to see a lot of crossing over to different sports and different styles, and a lot happening. But I am so excited to be, we're doubling down on a lot of things. I went to Sherry and I said, I got an idea. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I don't want to say no, because this is going to bring a whole new market to Hunters HD Gold, and that is through the Shooting USA, platform advertising with them this year. And she listened to my business plan and got approval. And I am extremely proud to be a sponsor of Shooting USA, with who all they do is report on the shooting sports throughout the United States and the world. So it was a perfect fit for the Hunters HD Gold family to fit right in there. So,
well, Steve, I heard the third mounting element, and he said it was the skull, and I thought maybe there was like bolts that went in the side. And you had your Frankenstein these things into your face. No, I'm only kidding, Brian. That's some fantastic news.
well,
So,
it's so exciting. There's so much more. I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize, but there's a lot more happening with everything else going on, with a new website that rolled out, last night as well, with an entirely new format and everything else. So excited.
So for those that haven't saved the link in their browser and are listening to this podcast, what is that link to the Hunters HD Gold website?
That is just huntershdgold.com.
There you go.
And Hunters HD Gold is the main everything. That's what everything's going to be associated around. Hunters HD Ruby is just a lens option through the Hunters HD Gold family. So it's still being made in the exact same lab, being made through all the processes that everybody loves about Hunters HD Gold. This is just something where it's a new lens option for shotgunners, because over a year and a half ago, I was at Aguila Cup in Texas, and everybody there was, big shotgunners there back in 18. And they all came to me, just really, really loved the lens, loved the technology, loved the contrast. And all the shotgunners wanted two things. And that was, can you do a kind of a red, or can you do a purple? What can, and I was like, well, we can do anything, but I didn't want to really come out with something that just anybody else could make. This is another medical dye that is used to treat color blindness. It's used to treat people with with attention disorders and different things, to be able to draw your attention, to calm everything around you. And it really is an amazing color that nobody else, to my knowledge, has come out with yet, because it just got released last year, April, during the middle of a pandemic. So it's one of those things that it's brand new to the market. So it's it's a very aggressive color. And the light ruby color, when you're indoors, it's not for indoor shooting. It's not. It makes fluorescent lights just do different things. It makes all your lighting just differently. You were going to wear them indoors, you're going to go, nope, this is not it. But when you go outside, and it is extremely an aggressive color. When you first put on Hunters HD Gold, I say, hey, give me, 3 to 4 minutes, 5 minutes, let your eyes calm down. Let's let everything get together. That yellowish green goes away, and you see contrast with Hunters HD Gold. You don't notice the color anymore, right?
That's correct.
So this takes a full 10 or 15 minutes, because it's so aggressive on what it does to the brain and the eyes to work together. Now, Steve has been trying these.
Absolutely.
And Jeff has not, on purpose, because now I want you to try them after the fact, because we've had some test wears throughout the United States for the past, I don't know, six months, a little bit longer, just making sure this is, what to be used for. And the feedback on the shotgun end, hands down, game changer. It's a new, just like, it just dulls everything else out you're not supposed to see, and both sides of the clay light up, no matter which color clays you're using. So the blue clays, the orange clays, yellow clays, they all just blow up in the sky, and you can actually see the pieces when you shoot a clay and watch the pieces go off like fireworks. It's a pretty neat experience. We've had some people use them in USPSA. We've had people use them in Steel Challenge. We've had, if anybody was around Trent Mitsauka at Worlds last year, He wore them during the entire match. Nobody knew it. You know, it may have saw him wearing something different, but he loves them for Steel Challenge. What they do for his red dot and what it does for his vision, he loves them for Steel Challenge. So some people say, yeah, this is great, but I still like Hunter's HD Gold better. Well, that's fine. That's the beautiful thing of what we're doing. This is going to be brought in as a shotgun lens. But as of course, when I go everywhere and do demo days, of course, you take it, try it, and see what you think, get what your opinion. Doing a lot of Steel Challenge matches in 2021. So I am coming back. You know, I disappeared a little bit in 2020. USPSA was on my calendar. It's on my calendar again, but a lot of Steel Challenge matches are coming back on the book because I had a lot of great feedback. And Steve, you may can talk about this a little bit. What was your experience when you first, you know, put it on Hunter's HD Ruby?
So it's interesting, Jeff, because I went out to Brian, I don't know, it's probably almost a year ago, and said, hey, Brian, I got a great idea. He said, what's that? I said, man, I'm getting older. He said, yeah, no kidding, aren't we all? and I said, you know, I love shooting in iron sight 1911. I just absolutely love shooting that type of gun. But for whatever reason, I've got such a habit of a strong target focus, and I keep losing my red dot or my fiber optic, which is red on my iron sight pistols. I said, man, you thought about making, you know, something like a red color to make this pop out? He's like, what are these words you speak of? And so in the back of his head, he already knew that he had something. He said, man, you want to try? I said, man, I'm down for anything. So he sent me, it was kind of like a reddish pink. I wasn't sure exactly what he was saying to me, but it was a lighter color. And so it's interesting because I had him on because I knew we were going to have Brian on the podcast. So I did some training yesterday. And I put those original pair on from, I don't know, 9 months or so ago. It's like, you know what, these are nice. And then the second one, you know, Brian knocked it out of the park. And there, Jeff, there's no doubt what color these lenses are. They're red.
Right.
So when he says ruby he means
Ruby.
red.
Yes. When I went to my lab manager, this is my wedding ring. When I went to my lab manager, we went through colors for over a year and a half. And I said, if it doesn't look like this ruby that's in my wedding band, I don't even want to see it. Yeah. And we went through different dyes, couldn't put it together, couldn't get anything else. And when this new medical dye came out, I saw it and I ordered it. And I said, try this one. I don't know what to do. Try it. He came back and walked in my office and goes, let me see that ring again.
and
like,
ruby
oh,
disappeared.
No.
It disappeared on the lens. Yeah.
Yes, it was exactly what I've been looking for. And you know, there's not a lot of medical dyes on the market. You know, you can get hundreds of dyes for any color in the rainbow that we can make. But when you start getting into medical dyes that really do things for the advancement of your eye and your eye health, that number is less than 20. So there's not a lot of stuff out there to get, but thank you to the people who put this together, because it's one of those things that if you never went and shot shotgun in a sporting clay situation, you're gonna want to go and check this out, because it's really an amazing what it does. Because we had one of our gentlemen that was been with me for a long time back when I wrote out Hunter's HD Gold, probably went public with it, Stan Shaparsky, who used to work with Smith & Wesson a while back. Yep, he did. And he's local here, and he wore Hunter's HD Gold before he even had a name. And when I brought this to him, he's been testing it now since probably May, and he never gave them back. So he uses them every day. And absolutely loves them because it gives him the colors of the light ruby to the dark royal ruby when it changes, because they change. You know, they still change. They go from a light ruby color to a dark royal ruby color, and it covers those spectrums of the reds, the purples, and everything in the middle there, because we use a gray-based photochromic, so it gives you the same effects as the purple would on some of those other days that people want purple, or they want red. So it's really, really excited to bring it to market this year. I've been just so much going on. It's just been so exciting with the new website that just rolled out yesterday as well. Now, you know, we have a new ambassador page that really highlights the ambassadors a whole different way, makes it a lot more interactive. But the best thing I think we added to the website was how to find a friendly doctor. And we're getting more and more friendly doctors added every day. And there's a link on the website if you know a doctor that's not on there, you want to add it to it. It pulls up the whole map, puts pins everywhere. You can search it by city, search it by state, and you can go find a friendly doctor that really understands what you're wanting in the shooting sports and save you a lot of time to make sure that prescription is good. Because I've been saying it since the very beginning, Hunter's HD Gold is only as good as your prescription on the prescription side. So once we get that prescription right, we can make it even better, but it's only as good as your prescription. So the website rolled out. It's just been just all kinds of things are happening. I'm just, I'm on, getting ready to, the Florida Open starts up this weekend. It's just, there's so much happening right now all around, and we have just not stopped. So it's been a blast.
So go ahead, Steve, and then I got a question.
Okay, back to the color from a shooter's perspective. So that dark ruby color, if you run a red or an orange fiber optic front sight, it really pops. And the same thing happens when you're using a red dot optic. Oh my goodness, it really, really, really pops. And if it's in a really bright setting, it's absolutely perfect. I mean, it gets right down to the darkest color that you would want from a shooting experience perspective. So I really like them. I like them. You guys did a great job with that, Brian.
Thank you so much. And if you notice on some red dots, when you turn it up, when you have to turn it up, it kind of, pops out.
You get the corona
starburst.
You get it does it. It's starburst. So with the ruby lens, you actually have to turn that light down, and it brings that definition in like that true red dot is meant to be seen. Now, if you shoot a green dot,
sorry.
But Hunter's HD Gold Emerald, we'll get it out one day.
Well, go to vortex.com and order you the right one, right, Brian?
Exactly. Jeff, you said you had a question?
Yeah, so the Hunter's HD Ruby, is it going to be available in all the different frame styles?
That is one of the greatest questions that could have been asked tonight, because I did not write that down. Yes.
Excellent.
Actually, when you go to the website now, we got a whole new shopping page, and you actually, you click a frame, and some of them have large or small. Then you actually get to click which lens you want. So yes, you can get them in any color, in any frame you want. When I'm touring this year, I'm going to have them, the Hunter's HD Ruby, and a lot of the frames that everybody loves. We'll have it in the new Air Crew. We'll have it in the Aviator. We'll have it in the Gauge, which has been very popular. The Velocity has been very popular. We'll have that lens in different frames for people to see and go test. Yes, because I've got some shotgun matches I'm going to this year, but just like when I got started back in 2017, I did a little bit of, I did every match in Steel Challenge and a little bit of USPSA. So I'm taking the same steps I've done from the very beginning, where I'm going to continue what I'm doing, which works, and I'm going to dabble here a little bit. So I'm not going away. I don't have any plans to go away, but I've got to dabble on some weekends. But the best thing is right here in Talladega, Alabama, at the Civilian Marksmanship Park, has some of the best state and national events for shotgunners. So I'll be home. I'll be home every night. It works out. So a lot of events going on. There's Scott with Premier has told me about another match in Savannah, Georgia. That's real big for shotgunners. So there's a lot of stuff happening all around, and I'll be listening to people just like I listened to Brian from Tandem Cross in the very beginning when I said, dude, where do I need to go? And Brian gave me 7 matches to look at. And now we're up to 40 something matches every year we get to go to. So we've taken that concept and ran with it. So, but Jeff, great question. Yes, they will be available in any frame. It's going to be available in custom. It's just another lens option based on the people who are wearing Hunter's HD Gold. It's always going to be something. No, I love my Hunter's HD Gold. This is for shotgunners, and this is a lens that does get darker. So these are another lens that somebody may say, man, I love Hunter's HD Gold. A lot of people said, I love Hunter's HD Gold. I just wish it would do this. Well, guess what? that's Hunter's HD Ruby. So come on board, see what this is all about, and let me give you the customer service experience that everybody else talks about, and the loyalty and the brand loyalty to take Hunter's HD Gold to the next level, because we want to get more shooters and everything moving forward to continue to grow our sport.
So you've both been down to the Wyoming Antelope Club where I shoot out of. You understand that we've got the covered bays. Brian, you've actually, I think I may have the only pair of Hunter's HD Gold that isn't gold. I have a pair.
Yeah.
I have a pair of Hunter's HD Clear. And they're still photochromic. But being that, at night we're lit by fluorescent lights and LEDs, I was actually the HD was the gold part of it was too dark, and I talked to Brian about it, and he's like, I can make them without the gold. They've been phenomenal, and so I'm guessing that from a range, as you pointed out, going indoors, a range like the Hunter's HD Ruby is probably not going to be the lens for that type of range, but for frostproof and CMP marksmanship, where you're out in the open, where most ranges are natural light, it's going to be the bomb. Yes, and you will be able to give feedback in about another week and a half of what you thought about it in the bays. You'll have a pair yourself. All right, sounds good. So that way you get more feedback, and then bring it back to your loyal audience. Sure. To give them the feedback of what that looks like, because one thing that you do have around that area is a lot of the planes flying over. You got a lot of different things that are happening around that bay at the WAC, and you're going to be able to experience a lot of different things you've probably never seen before, based on Hunter's HD Gold not being great to look towards the sun in the sky all the time. So you should be able to see a lot more things. And I think I remember Sasquatch up there should be in a lot more detail, and whatever birds that are bold enough to fly around that area, you're going to be able to see different wildlife from a different perspective altogether from where you're at. Yeah, so I think there's a raccoon. I look forward to your feedback. There's a raccoon about the size of a small bear that I've seen there too, so you have to be careful. Wow. And you know what? For anybody who's never been to the Wyoming Antelope Club, we've got the fourth annual West Florida Steel Challenge Championships happening the third weekend in July. I would love to have you come down. Steve has been at every one, and he's coming down to this one. Steel Target Paint has been a fantastic supporter of the match. Brian was down there for year. Were you there during the monsoon? I was. That's why I didn't come back, because I was scared of the rain. No, all kidding aside, I don't know what match I was at, but I can tell you, I'm looking at my calendar right now for that same exact weekend. July what? The third weekend? 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there. Yep. Let me see. Kentucky section USPSA handgun hunters competition. I'll put it on the books. We'll see what happens. All right. Well, we'd love to see you. I know there's a number of people that shoot out of the Wyoming Club that are shooting Hunter's HD Gold because of you being at the match. They are, and that's why I continue to travel, and that's why I love the fans. I love the shooters. I love everything about it. And if I get feedback that Hunter's HD Gold Ruby has no use at this range, you won't see me for the Wyoming Antelope match.
And I'm sitting here thinking, man, I need a clear pair. Oh, Jeff's got some challenging shooting. You do not need a clear pair. Do you know how many clear pairs I've made? One. You know how many clear pairs I've made? One. Two. Oh, two. Really? Yeah, two. 2 in 4 years. Right. One is to your right or left, and it doesn't make any sense, because other people at the Wyoming Antelope Club love the gold. Yeah. 3. No, I'm not. No, I'm not even making you a pair. I'm not making. No, I'm just kidding. I'll make anything you want. And I take PayPal. Hey, you know what, Jeff? I was thinking about something that Brian mentioned about 20 minutes ago. I was just sitting here reflecting about being on Shooting USA. I wonder how many glasses or bottles of wine it took Brian to convince Sherry to write that check. What do you think, Jeff? What's the over under?
Oh man, glasses to bottles and over under. I'm not a betting man, so I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to be glad for both of them.
Yeah, Sherry has been so supportive through this entire process that it's one of those things where she looks at the results, but when we take a chance, we take the chance because we know it's worth it for the future. So she's not scared of a investment. We throughout the past 14 years we've been together, but I've been in the lab for 10. We've made some decisions in the past that we wish we could take back, but that's part of growing and that's part of business. If you don't take those chances, then being able to grow is just not going to be in your future. So I believe that with any business you do. So we've learned some hard lessons, but this is one of those things where it just made sense to be a part of that program. And we'll see. We're watching the numbers closely.
I've
Awesome.
got another question for you, Brian.
Please.
You're going to all these matches. I don't know how, but you seem to increase the physical number of matches every year. It's amazing. I happen to know that there's going to be a new vehicle involved. Yes, I'm always with you, Brian.
So you want an exclusive?
Well, you know what? Just share what you can with our listeners about what they're going to see when the Hunters HD Gold Roadshow extravaganza hits a range.
All right. First of all, it's going to be called the Hunters HD Gold Magical Mystery Tour.
All right. I love it.
Conversation I had with Sherry. You like the Beatles? I like the Beatles. Let's come up with a name. How do you like it? So, with that same thing, it's not the Scooby-Doo wagon.
I was going to say, you're not going to paint it like the Mystery Mobile, are you? Green and yellow.
Nope.
He kind of looks like Shaggy a little bit, doesn't he? Close one eye.
HD Gold. Oh,
Easy. Oh. Well, no. Magical Mystery Tour is from the Beatles. And we actually found out the Magical Mystery Tour is not trademarked. It's really did. I thought it would be, but it was just, it's used all over the world with different tours and different things like that. So we called it the Magical Mystery Tour. And I'll be having jerseys. The new jersey I'll be wearing will have a new logo. There'll be some stuff that when you go to a match where Bill Duda is going to be there with T-shirts, making T-shirts at matches. There'll be the logo there to be used, and there's going to be a lot of people. I'm sure we'll be asking for the logo to add because it's a fun logo that we created around the Magical Mystery Tour, just like the Beatles did back in the day. But what we're doing with the Magical Mystery Tour is, my footprint's always been a 10-foot by 10-foot tent, and just that's about it, right?
Couple of chairs, table full of guns for you, use if your gun breaks. Yeah.
Yes, and I'm expanding on that. So when I come to the WAC, there's another reason why I don't know if I can come to the WAC or not, because I don't know if you have room. But I'm gonna need 30-foot length by 15-foot depth.
Okay.
Deep. So I'm taking my footprint's getting big, and what that's going to look like, you will see for the first time for you, I guess, because you'll be, I'm sure, up at the Georgia Southern Steel Chase.
Southern Georgia match.
State,
I'll be there.
Southern Georgia State Steel Challenge Championship of the United States. I don't know. Y'all got too many names.
Or South Georgia.
You're gonna make a shirt with nothing but the title of the everything. But my point being is I'll be there for the first time. I'm not sure if I'll have it ready, for the Florida Open. We're doing some things to it. But I have purchased a 2014 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van, 170-inch wheelbase, and completely ripped everything out of it. And we have an area where it will be backed up to the Hunters HD Gold tent, because we got to have my tent. And at the tent, there will be all the demos for people to take and run. with that is Hunter's HD Gold, Hunter's HD Ruby, and everything is going to be on that table right there. Now, when you walk in the tent, based on how the van's backed up, right or left, there's actually stairs that will come down. You can actually walk into the back of this van and see all the Hunter's HD Gold custom guns. They're all going to be on display for there, and if somebody needs to take one, I'll have all the magazines there. Going to be highlighting all the Vortex optics. We're sponsored by Vortex again this year. All the Springer Precision accessories that Scott from Springer is supporting me this year. So we'll have all this stuff to look at of what these two great manufacturers bring to the shooting sports as well on all the Hunter's HD Gold custom guns. On top of that, there'll be signage in there highlighting some shooters. There'll be, you know, great stuff on one side, but the left side is what's really going to be pretty spectacular. We're actually going to have a Hunter's HD Gold custom shop that is right there inside the van. Now, where this is going is every time I go to a match and I give away this free pair of Hunter's HD Gold, people say, man, I love that. I wish I could buy that. And people have tried to buy it at past events. Like, I got to give this one away. I can't sell this. But we're going to have a custom shop in there with different frames. Some frames will already have the Hunter's HD Gold lenses in them. You can buy them right there and go. And some frames will be there where you can say, I like this frame. We'll get it measured up, go back and get your prescription for it. So it's going to be a whole Hunter's HD Gold custom shop that's inside the van. And you also have to go inside the van to register for the free whatever we're giving away. Because with the partners I've teamed up with this year, I may not be just giving away a pair of Hunter's HD Gold at a match. I may be giving away a whole prize pack everywhere I go.
Wow.
And that can mean
Awesome.
that could be scopes, it could be accessories, it could be a gun, it could be all kinds of stuff, because we got a lot of people that have donated stuff to Hunter's HD Gold to continue to grow the brand. And by growing Hunter's HD Gold, I've agreed to, you know, help grow their brands because they're so important and they can't beat all the matches that I get to go to. So it's a great partnership we worked out. That's that part. Well, there's also a 15-foot, no, about 12, 13-foot awning that comes out in front where, you know, if you've been to some of my later matches, I've got carpet that's been set up at the Hunter's HD Gold booth where if I'm at Frostproof and people drop the pair of glasses or frames, they don't fall on rocks, they fall on carpet, and it protects the demos a little bit longer. Well, we're going to have carpet all across the front because I might have tables, lounge chairs.
Oh, nice. Nice.
To come sit in the shade. You know, you go to matches, sometimes nobody can find a place to eat. This is going to be a place to go hang out. So
can I put in
a whole thing?
Can I put in for a request for a smoothie machine?
I take PayPal. We'll make it work. I take PayPal. And
Roll
what's
out the
gonna
big
happen-
green egg.
Yeah, I'm taking notes now. This is why I can't have friends. This is why right here.
Hey, as
Smoothie
long as you're
machine.
piping
I don't
in
like
music
smoothie.
at the match, it's okay.
Yes, I will get approved music from USPSA to have that approved. But
Only Beatles.
there's going to be a whole experience there, and that's outside. Now, let's say it's a hot day, and I've already talked to Shooting USA about this. They go to a lot of matches, and they're always looking for a place to go where it can be quiet and they don't have to, you know, get so far out of the way. Well, this is set up where it can have light, cameras, and do interviews inside the van itself because there's two seats in the back. They got recliners, they got seat heaters, they got massagers. There's a whole nother experience inside the van if you want to go get out of the sun and relax because there's an air conditioner that's in back of the van. There's an air conditioner the whole thing is just like I've lost my mind kind of thing. Like, you know, this is what are you doing? This is like I have gone full out. But guess what? There's something else. I got a new sponsor that is coming on with Hunter's HD Gold this year. And I've met with Robert Clark, and that name, he is the CEO of the Conley Gold energy drink that you see me drinking all the time, that I drink for, you know, breakfast and lunch and throughout the day. Well, I told Robert, I said, when I go to these matches, I see them all in the first in the morning. And I see two things first thing in the morning. They're either carrying a cup of coffee or they've got an energy drink in their hands. Well, we're going to be having a hemp energy drink called Conley Gold to give away for free at all these matches I go to.
Wow.
So there's going to be
Awesome.
a whole experience to come by, get refreshed. The energy drinks have a great taste. There is no crash. There is no shakes, which is very important in energy drinks because, especially with a shoe, you don't want to get out and have an increased heart rate before you shoot. And this doesn't do that. You don't need that. But it will get you through those times where you may be feeling, a little groggy or something else. But we have teamed up with Conley Gold, and they're gonna they are looking to get into the shooting sports, and I am gonna help put them on the market the same way I did with Z Clear. So I kind of told the staff there, I said, everybody here is okay with guns, right? And they're like, well, if you're okay with the leaf on the can, we're okay with guns. I said, we ain't have no problems at all. because this just tells a story, because there's a marijuana leaf on the can, and it's always leads to conversation like, oh my gosh, this is THC, this is CBD. No, it's just their marketing. It tells a story. It's a hemp-based energy drink, and that's it. No THC, no CBD. And I'm going to have it there to give away. So come by and try it. It's just part of that experience to give more back to the shooters. So if we give you a great place to hang out, give you a place to relax, give you a place to do demos, come to the custom shop, just the entire magical mystery tour is what it's all about for 2021. So
well, Steve, I'm one of those guys that's walking around with a cup of coffee, so I may be changing over to the kind of drinks.
I was just thinking to myself, Jeff, how many glasses or bottles of wine did Brian have to lay out for, hey, Sherry, I got this great idea. I got a great deal on a van. Are you sitting down?
Yeah. This was this is one of those conversations that I'll be paying on this one for a while. This is mine. She goes, man, hey, you got a great deal, but this is on you. You're going to own this. All right.
Well, wait, Brian, you've been with Sherry for 14 years. You've now been married. You've been now married for how long? I'm
engaged.
You're engaged.
For now.
We got engaged last year.
So wait, because you took it off wedding band. I thought maybe that's a plan. Anyways, my point is that you're coming up with all these ideas, and she's still willing to marry you, which is fantastic for you.
I was looking for her, but I hope so. That's the whole thing, If not, roll the dice. But no, she's excited. It's one of those things where we have. This is it. I mean, if you're, I've learned a lot through life, and everything I get involved in, you just can't do it 50%. You got to go and you got to make it happen. And I've got a great support group around me. Number one, of course, that's Sherry. I've got the USPSA. I've got Shooting USA now. I've got ambassadors across the world now that are supporting me and helping take this brand to the next level. I'm not doing it by myself. There's a whole great people in line. Chris at the lab, who has, he's answering the phone call for Hunter's HD Gold more than he's answering it for the lab. I mean, our phone is happening. There's a lot of things going on that if I didn't have the support group around me like I do, it's just, I'd still get there because I'm not a quitter, but it'd be one of those things. I would not be anywhere where I was now without wonderful people in the support group, even with this podcast. I mean, this is the third time I've done it, and it's every single time it's made a jolt in curiosity and business and other people reaching out to me to look at what Hunter's HD Gold is all about. So thank both of you for that. It's really huge.
This is the third time you've been on, but we've gone and I've done the stats, and you are our biggest fan. You clearly have the most listens. Actually beating Bill Duda from Go Fast Don't Suck. So
I know there is no way in hell I beat Mike Conley. No way. No.
well,
way.
no, I'm
'Cause
not talking about number of
everybody
listens.
wanted to hear him.
No.
Everybody wanted to hear what he was going to say next. I'm just not like that.
You personally are one of our biggest fans, and we appreciate that.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much.
we're happy to have you on and share this information. And we're actually honored that, after the show last night, that you're willing to get with us and let us talk about it here as well.
Man, this
not
is just
everybody, as Steve pointed out, I only have basic cable, so I didn't get to see it.
Well, you can go to My Outdoor TV, and you can subscribe there to Shooting USA and get all these other channels on the Outdoor Channel, because I have charter cable. And guess what? I don't even have Shooting USA in my own house. So I have to use the My Outdoor app on my TV. So what's that password? Give it me later on.
Jeff, he really has it. He's just trying to make you feel better. Just saying.
Yeah.
I know. I've got Charter Spectrum. Charter Spectrum does not have the Outdoor Channel anymore. It's so frustrating.
Well, as you pointed out, Brian, there's an app for that. So
there is. Before I got the My Outdoor Channel, I was on BMO paying $1.99 a month to watch episodes just from Shooting USA, because I wanted to see all the fun stuff that everybody was talking about from the World Speed Shoot and everything. There's great episodes they do, and I don't even have it on my TV. It's frustrating.
Well, Steve, you got anything else you want to ask Brian about?
This is a G-rated show, Jeff. So no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Anything we can talk about here?
I'm just thinking about this van. Every 18-year-old kid out there is like, man, show me this van. Show me the promised land.
The week that the seats came in, that weekend, it was in the gentleman who's doing the van. He did all this work for me. He actually put it in the World of Wheels here in Birmingham, Alabama. That's how crazy this van is. Yes. I mean, everything has been customized from the ground all the way up. It's got solar panels on top, so all the lights inside the van are going to work off solar panels. It's actually recharging the batteries. We actually redid the exhaust to point it in a way that I could actually run the van if I notice the battery is getting lower, and the exhaust points in the opposite direction of where everybody else is at. I mean, we thought long and hard about every detail, what we did to this van, and it's going to be, one of those things that I'm very excited to bring, and very excited to have. My mentality behind this is going, everybody who has Hunter's HD Gold has a place to go.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Hunter's HD Gold yet, you're gonna be like going, okay, I gotta go see what this is about now, because I'm missing out on something. And that's the kind of excitement I want to bring to the brand and to the shooting sports. I want it to be an event everywhere we go to, just like the World Speed Shoot last year, and what's going to happen again this year. There's a whole vendor area, a whole circus of things that are going on in the middle. And when this happens this year, now everybody's got a place somewhere to go sit down and hang out. I mean, I'm bringing chairs, tables, just, all kind of stuff I'm going to travel everywhere with to get this entire experience for everybody to enjoy. And this is crazy, because we had the awning out the other day. Here's something funny. When the awning is self-sufficient. There is no post coming down and nothing hooked to the van. When the wind blows really hard, the awning automatically goes back in. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Wow. That's awesome.
It's going to be great unless it rains. Everybody's going to be mad. The awning starts going back. In. Well, this sucks. It's one of the van.
Everybody's chasing the awning back to the side of the van. No, don't get in there. Don't leave me.
But no, there's so many exciting things that are getting ready to happen. The Hunter's HD Gold YouTube channel. I'm going to be live streaming from that now. We got all the views. We got all the followers. We're running that route. We've got plan B if we ever get shut down from that. But based on everything I've seen so far, as long as I'm not talking prices and not talking where to go buy this certain gun at, we're in good shape, because we're going to be doing a lot of education on stuff, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. I've got new jerseys coming out. Go Fast Don't Suck. I've already got to date 68 different events I've already sponsored this year. So
Wow.
we are not slowing down of what we are doing. The USPSA magazine that came out with the equipment rankings showing where Hunter's HD Gold was at across the board was just overwhelming and gave me just that big kick in the butt just to make it even stronger for 2021 and beyond. So when you see good press like that, some companies slow down, it gets me excited to go to the next level and say, well, watch this. So that's what we're going to do with Hunter's HD Gold. That's what we're going to do with a new release for the shotgun market with Hunter's HD Ruby. There'll be a lot of people in carry optics and other divisions that really want to, see this lens, how it works. I'm really excited about their feedback. But if you're a shotgunner, or if you've ever thought about being a shotgunner, the same magic I brought to you with Hunter's HD Gold is going to be the same magic in shotgunning, and it is on point, just like Steve said. So, Jeff, you'll be able to testify that on your next 2 or 3 podcasts down the road.
Oh, can't wait! Can't wait!
So we're gonna make it
Brian,
happen for you, Jeff.
I just want to share. I've been with Hunter's HD Gold for a number of years now. I still look back at the Georgia match when we met, and I could not be happier to be part of the family, and just wish you all the best, because I just think the world of what you do for the sport. But I also think of you as just a great person, and there's something to be said for that. There's a lot of people who've got a lot of great products out there, but I mean, you stand behind them, and you're knowledgeable, and the shooting sports are better because you're involved in it. So thank you.
You're very welcome, Jeff. That comment means the world to me more than you know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Brian, thanks for taking your time out to spend with us tonight, and congratulations on all your success.
I'm so glad to get all this off my chest. I've had so much going on for the past months. I don't know how I even. 2021 is gonna be fun.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna have the mystery machine at Georgia, the South Georgia match?
It's not the mystery machine, and I'm not gonna let you in now. You're not coming in. It's the Magical Mystery Tour, and it's not the mystery machine. And you're not coming in now. So you got to do something nice, not to me, for a stranger now, to get your rights back. And I want video proof where you have changed somebody's life, and you videotape it, and I'll let you in the van. That's it. You're done. No mystery. That's not it.
This is beautiful, because it's usually me. It's usually me who's making the flub, and this was.
That was complete. No, that was completely intentional. You know what I said to him the first time we were working on a separate project together? I said, "Man, you talking about like the Scooby-Doo mystery machine?" Oh my god! Oh, it cracks me up. Hey, you know what I'm gonna do, Jeff? Oh, we need to silence Brian. I'm gonna. Imagine putting, "Hey, ATF, come in here, knock on this door, open up the back of the van, there's guns on the wall." Oh, it's going to be epic.
This is why I don't have friends. I don't know. This is why I don't have friends. But no, I didn't tell you about the inside of the van too. The 2 seats are there, but the passenger seat and driver's seat, they turn around. So all 4 seats go together, where people can have a conversation and a meeting and all that kind of stuff too. So it's just, we and in the worlds of old Jurassic Park, no expense was spared. We spared no expense.
Nice. So you're gonna have the van at the South Georgia match
for everybody but you. When you send me a video of you doing something at work to change one of your employees' life with video evidence, I don't care. I mean, because you called it. It's the Magical Mystery Tour. It's very simple to remember. Rainbows. So it's a lot of fun.
Listen, dressing Vanessa up as an old lady and helping her cross the street is not going to work. It's got to be.
No. I want you to change one of your employees' lives.
Hey Jeff, I got a better idea. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a big lollipop sticker on his back door, and I'm going to make an anonymous phone call.
When I get pulled over at a state line,
not that I would do this, but do they make like llama balloons? We could just like fill the entire van with llama balloons.
Oh, no, custom license plate. Have you been there yet or what?
I saved that $50. That's how bad
Okay.
that's how tight my budget is right now.
Steve,
But-
we may have to pitch in and the license plate will be Llama 1.
Oh my gosh. That is so wrong. No, the one thing about the van, and this is, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on inside the van that I travel with, but there won't be any outside artwork on the outside of the van. I'm actually thinking about getting one of those United States maps that you put on the back door or something. It looks like an RV kind of thing, because it's going to be parked at the hotels I stay at, stuff like that. But it's basically a rolling place, so there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on in there.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome. I can't wait to see it.
From a distance, you're going to see it from a distance, Steve.
yeah, I'm gonna have a special rope just for you. No, stay behind the rope.
Take a video of how you changed the stranger's life.
Like a video at work. No, I changed it up. I made it easy for you, because meeting strangers right now is really kind of scary. But go to one of your employees at work and really make their day and videotape it, and we'll be back on good graces again.
For those that don't,
how many employees do you have? This should not be a hard task for you to make somebody's day. Buy them a cookie, buy them a cupcake, make the other 130 of them jealous. I don't care. But one person needs to be happy.
For those that don't realize, this is exactly why we do the podcast. This is why we enjoy it so much, because we
do. I enjoy listening to it every time I'm traveling.
Fun.
It is, and when I travel, I got both of you with me everywhere, and it's just a lot of fun listening to the podcast, traveling across the United States for the next match. So no, podcasts like yours and so many others that I listen to is just, it makes the 4 to 12 hour trips just go by extremely fast.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah,
all right, well, this has been a great one. Steve, you got anything you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, I was just going to say again, congratulations, Brian. I know I've been with you since early on, and consider you a close friend. And it's so great to see, your success and how hard that you work. And, I was talking to my girls the other day about, how you got to just get out there and make things happen. And, I was telling them about the infamous Brian Conley and just, there's a case study and lesson in all of your success of what you had. You put the product in people's hands, and you go out there and do the grind and make it happen. And, us as a shooting community both appreciate and respect what you do outside of the amazing product. But, even going through talking about the van, it's very thoughtful. It's very customer and shooter based. And it's great. Every time we get done talking, like we talked a little bit earlier today, I'm always inspired getting off your phone and getting off the phone with you about, hey, what am I going to do next in my personal and professional life? It's always inspiring talking to you. So thanks again for being on the podcast. Love you, brother. And can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you soon.
Man, you're so welcome. Thank you for those words. That's just keeps me going, brother. Love you too, man. And both of you. Need anything at all, I'm always going to be there for you and the podcast and all the shooters around the United States and now the world. We've got Hunters HD Gold in 21 different countries right now. So it's just, we're just going to continue to keep going, but I can't do it without your help and your listeners' help. So thank you again for saying that. And it doesn't get you out of the video with one of your employees, but it's really, it's coming close. It's coming close. But I just, people want to see what one of your employees looks like when he's happy. So
I feel bad because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to walk up and go, so that's the mystery machine.
He said it again.
All right, everybody. Well, listen, if you didn't see the Shooting USA show last night, you heard it here first. Hunters HD Ruby will be available in 2021. Another game-changing product from Brian Conley and Hunters HD Gold. And you heard it here first. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Brian.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all. Good night, y'all.